Hi there, hope you're having a good day. Welcome back to another comparison video. In today's comparison, in terms of overall performance, both of these are top 5 worthy of the year. So this is really a battle of the best between the New Balance two-way V2 and the two-way V3. So the newest version, the two-way V3, is actually cheaper by $10. The two-way V2 was $130 and the V3 is $120. Also, New Balance released them in a very short time frame. Only 5 months after the V2 was released, the V3 came out. But there's nothing to complain about. Both of these give you amazing comfort, top traction performance, and the two-way line might honestly be the most consistent line of performance basketball shoes on the market right now. Well, there's only 3 models, but all 3 are bangers. I know that they're not a signature shoe, so even with players like Zach LaVine, Jamal Murray, and DeJounte Murray wearing them, the popularity is still nowhere near what they deserve based on performance. Anyways, as usual, we're still going to go over each performance aspect and see which one of these two is the better shoe overall. Don't forget to consider subscribing if you haven't. Drop a like as well if you enjoy the content. That goes a long way in helping this channel. And let's get right into it. Starting off with the cushioning, a very similar setup with full-length fuel cell plus the absorb cushioning. When it comes to heel compression and how the midsole feels on feet, both of these two are top tier for sure to me. So one difference to keep in mind is in forefoot cushioning. If I'm not mistaken, in the V3, the absorb cushion was added to the forefoot, while for the V2, it's only in the heel. Not like a crazy difference, but you can feel it. In other words, the V3 became more fluent on feet, while the V2 actually has a more low-to-the-ground core feel because it lacks the same type of responsiveness up front, even though they are mid-top. I hope that makes sense. If you need shock absorption while landing on your forefoot all the time, the V3 is better here. However, the step-in comfort, I think the V2 was better. It was just an immediate comfort the first time you put them on. But again, cushioning is really good on both. It really is a gummy-like feeling with a heel compression, as they call it. With the traction, both are excellent. Now, I've only used them indoors, and given how the outsole feels, I didn't really want to risk it with the translucent part. The V2 is like split, half translucent and half solid rubber, but the V3 is all translucent, or all in the same rubber with a suction pattern. Hard cuts, lateral movements, both of these have an amazing grip. Dust pickup is okay too. You do need to wipe pretty often, but the traction is just good to go right from the start. With the fit, both of these fit true to size. Unlike New Balance casual shoes, where I always go down a half size, on their basketball models, I mostly stay true to size, and these are no exception. Both are about average width, great comfort for people like myself with flat feet, no tightness squeezing my feet, and I didn't get any soreness from playing in them. The materials, I like the V3 better. It does feel softer and more premium in hand. The V2 is more like the standard textile upper that you see on many hoop shoes. Even though the V2 is a much higher cut, it is a little bit lighter, 385 grams versus 400 grams for the V3. I've said this before, the V2 is going to surprise you with how light they feel on the court. Stability, I'll take the V3. Also, a tiny bit of a more secure lockdown. Breathability, the V2 is better. Again, that's mostly due to the materials being thinner too. Overall, between the two-way V2 and V3, which one is better? This is for sure one of the toughest comparisons I've made so far. But if I have to pick, I think the V3 should be considered a better shoe here. So to give you a quick rundown, cushioning is about the same setup, but the V3 has a better forefoot cushion. Traction, pretty much a tie, because both are really good. For stability, lockdown, and upper materials go with the V3. A little bit lighter, more breathable, and even more low to the ground, go for the V2. That's it for this one. Let me know which other comparisons you'd like to see. I make sure that I'm always checking for what's requested. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.